Yes. Yes. What? No. No. Oh. Hi everyone, I'm Ryson and yes, I'll be with you soon. Apparently implying that axes are a villain's weapon made some people kind of angry, and now I'm talking with Americans for the ethical treatment of edged weapons. I'll try to make this quick. Okay, how about this? At the end of the next video, I'll do a bit like, heroes that use axes. Will that work? Okay, so I don't have a lot of time to make a list or any... Oh, you'll make one? Oh, great, yeah, just send it over. Okay, great. Hi everyone, I'm Ryson and today we're going to be looking at something kind of sci-fi. I'm also told it's a piece of alt history, but I don't know history very well, so I'm just going to have to take their word for it. The Sun at Night, developed by Mini-Core Studios and released in February of 2014. Fun fact, this is the second indie game in a row I've reviewed out of Texas. So, in The Sun at Night, you play as Doggy! Doggy, 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 doggy! Aww, doggy. Doggy, doggy, doggy. Look at you, with your little ears, and your little eyes, and your energy blaster. Oh, you're a good doggy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I may have found this game instantly endearing. Let's talk story. You play as Laika, the dog that was sent into orbit by the Soviet Union. A quick Wikipedia check says that Laika was the first animal sent up into orbit. Aww. Well, in this version, Laika was equipped with a mostly cyborg body, an energy shield, a cannon, and the ability to speak. Which means that while this version of the Soviet Union was a little more concerned with the survival of the first terrestrial creature in orbit, they were still playing it kind of fast and loose with the ethics. So Laika survives and joins up with the group fighting against the Soviet Union. I'm willing to bet that this is also based on a real revolution, but I have no idea which. The world in this alternate timeline is... well, this is what a pig looks like, and I think that's a fish of some sort. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and just go with, the world isn't in such a good shape right now. So the world is awful, and the revolution's most powerful trooper is a cyborg terrier mix that the Soviets experimented on and then shot into space. Yay! The story takes Laika from a Soviet missile silo to a hidden lab under an abandoned town, into a castle base, and then finally a submarine city. So let's see how you go about these missions. The game plays like a decent, if floaty, exploratory platformer, also known as a Metroidvania. You start with an energy shield to keep you safe, and a Mega Man style energy cannon to help you fight. You can eventually get 5 additional weapons, and upgrades to your shield using the upgrade skill trees. You purchase upgrades using specific items you find throughout the game, and while I focus primarily on utility and defense, things like an improved jump or better shields, I'm sure that there are other ways to go about the game. You gain the ability to double jump, wall jump, have a better shield, and various improvements to each of the 6 weapons. The platforming and maneuvering can be a little floaty and imprecise, to the point where I don't suggest getting the final speed upgrade, as it makes Laika difficult to control. However, it is fun jumping around and attacking Soviets with your arsenal. Combat is well done, with the mouse used to move the camera a little and aim the cannon on Laika's back. However, that brings us to a problem with the game. This game does not mouse capture, meaning that if you really like windowed mode, I'd suggest using a gamepad. Thing is, if you're like me and use multiple screens, I'd suggest turning multi-screen off, because you can still click outside of the game while playing in full screen mode. Thankfully, the game pauses, but that brief moment of no input can mess you up pretty bad. The enemies are pretty diverse, starting with mutant animals, some robots, and the occasional Soviet troops, and going into whatever this horrible thing is, much larger robots, more powerful troops, and... I was not prepared for Laser Bear. Okay. What else is there? Because whatever it is, clearly I'm ready for it. I was much less ready than previously believed. but that is awesome. There's a good distinction between each area, with the backgrounds being diverse and the maps having very different layouts. The maps are large with a lot of area to cover and secrets to find, though it can get a little overwhelming and you just want to move forward and stop all the backtracking. Thankfully, the radar is helpful for completing any quests you have navigation data for. And the main quests that don't have navigation data are fairly interesting. All the extra story and hidden things are really cool, though it does make getting lost really easy, and then you get bored and just want the level to end, so you do the main quest really quickly and move forward. I didn't do everything, and your reward primarily seems to be either an upgrade item or more story. The story is enjoyable and tugs at the heartstrings a bit, so it at least is an interesting reward, but it might not be enough for all people and end with them feeling ripped off. If you think additional story for the area you're in and a potential weapon aren't exactly worth wandering around the area for a really long time, then just do the main quest and move on. Though I think you're missing out on the main draw of the game, which is the exploration. Now let's talk about the look and sound. This game looks pretty nice. Sometimes visual aspects can kind of blend together, background and foreground elements sometimes are the same color, and it can get a little confusing. Each area has its look, but the rooms can kind of blend together, almost to the point where I was not sure if I had actually entered a new room, or if I blinked and pressed the wrong key. The sprites look good to me with a good amount of detail. However, they start to get reused, so it becomes Laika versus the indistinguishable Soviet troops. There are things like the shotgun tigers and the laser bears, and their sprites are rather expressive in a way. Also, shotgun tiger and laser bear. What more do you need? As for the music, it sets the tone well and I found it quite nice. Not sure if I'd want the soundtrack, but it is fitting for the areas you're in. Time again. Good, the bad, the strange, and the bland. The good would have to be the story. I actually felt a connection to Laika, and not just because she's adorable and I'm a dog person. Though, it did help. You really feel her confusion and pain having to go through this story. It's hard for her going through all of this. There is a real loss of innocence, and it's a very worthwhile journey that this game wants to take you on. It does run into the fact that this is part one of a 3-part story, so you're stuck there left wanting more. But really, isn't that the best kind of problem for the start of a trilogy to have? The bad are the control issues. Oh, control issues twice in a row. So while you can get most of the controls shown to you from the pause menu, not all of them appear there. It's kind of weird, but I remember the beginning telling you that you could use recovery items during play. It doesn't tell you in the pause menu how to do it, and I forgot. So when I looked, I couldn't find it. So now the only way I could use healing items is through the pause menu. That may have led to some frustration, because if you pause at the exact moment you die, you can recover your health. But you still die, so that's a problem. So now for the strange. The strange isn't the protagonist is a dog, as that becomes natural very quickly. The strange isn't the plot, which comes together quite nicely. It's not even the fact that you can have a frog in your inventory for the entire game and not notice. It's not even the laser bears. The strange is the map. The map is 3D, but moving around is 2D. It makes things a little difficult and disorientating when you're really looking for that one room you haven't visited yet, and you get so lost. And the bland. Hacking. It is just quick enough to not be a major annoyance, but it also doesn't leave an impression. It feels like it's just in the game to make it so they could lock some doors, but still give you a way to get through them without too much hassle. Still, unremarkable quick hacking is way preferable to bad hacking that takes forever. To play us out, I really enjoy The Sun at Night, and do recommend it if you like exploration platformers. Especially if you like alt history and dogs. Thing is, you need to know you are getting into an incomplete story, with the sequels in the works. The next game, The Sky Below, is tentatively slated for 2014, but there isn't much 2014 left, so I'm guessing it'll be moved to sometime in 2015. And if you're concerned that Minicore Studios doesn't listen, they've apparently made the map a 2D map, so you know, props to that. The Sun at Night is available on Desura and the developer's website for $15, and on Gamersgate and Steam for $9.99. The soundtrack is available on the developer's website for $10. Till next time, I'm Ryson Zymek, and I would love a plushie Laika. It's this big. A little gun. Probably also plushy. Goodbye.
And now for an announcement from the Americans for the Ethical Treatment of Edged Weapons.
Hello. I'm Ryson Sinek. I'm here on behalf of Americans for the Ethical Treatment of Edged Weapons. I may have implied previously that the axe is a villain's weapon. Well, HU has had an issue with this and has now sent a representative who is just sitting off camera, holding a very large axe, and motioning for me to get on with it. I've been given this list of heroes who use axes to provide some balance to my previous implications. Persea Combatir, Titania, Yangus, Aeon Calcos. Wait, Lizard Man? Is he a hero? Well, okay, I guess the wings sort of imply... Okay, yeah. Where was I? Hector. Dolza. This just says axe. Like, do I just keep going? Oh, okay. Let's see. Boyd. A lot of Fire Emblem characters, huh? Chelsea. The Harvest Moon Girl? Like, okay, she does use an axe, I guess, but... let's see here. Shanoa. Yeah, that counts. Spawn. He a hero? Yeah, he's a hero. Steve. Wait, the Minecraft guy? Like, he does use an axe, but... Okay. Grail. Yeah, more Fire Emblem characters. I'm just gonna start skipping those. Alright? Good to know. Okay, Grail... Cornell. Cornell never used an axe. That was villain Cornell from Lords of Shadow. Who wrote this? Who? Oh, for God's sake. Great. Okay. Let's just get through this. Whoever wields the golden axe, that was the villain. Really, did anyone check this? Like, anyone at all? Anyone? Okay, fine, whatever. Just, if I see one more villain, I'm done. We're done here. No, I'm done. Okay? Let's see. The raincoat kill. No, we're done. We're done. No, we're done. We are done. Get out of here. Yeah, I don't go. God's sake. Get out. Go. Just roll the credits. I'm done here. Roll them. Come on.